In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of mapping out your customer journey for your Shopify store. Recently, I was approached by a Shopify store owner asking me about customer journey. When are we sending too many emails? When are we sending too little emails? When are we overwhelming our audience, our subscribers, potential customers, existing customers? And when can we do more to stay top of mind? This was basically his question. He had about 8 foundational flows set up, and I want to answer this question in this video. So if you are a Shopify store owner, if you're doing email marketing, if you're sending more than 2 campaigns per week, if you already have flows set up, if you're doing SMS marketing, this video is for you. So first, let's talk about smart sending. This is something that you should be aware of. You need to understand what smart sending is and how you can actually how it impacts the communication between your brand and your customers. So I found this article on Klaviyo. I will link it down below in the video as well. It covers everything about regarding smart sending. So if you go to your flows on Klaviyo, if you click on any of the emails, you will see something like this. You can set up UTM tracking, you can set up filters, and then you have smart sending. So smart sending basically will skip customers on autopilot that received, or potential customers that have received already some sort of email communication from you that day. Usually it's about 16 to 24 hours. You can set it up. If you look at the settings here, you can set it up this period for SMS. You can set up this pure smart sending period for emails. Usually for emails, it will be 16 hours. I think general 16 hours is what you should pay attention to. And of course, smart sending for SMS is crucial. It's absolutely legal. The fines are huge if you are not following this rule. So make sure that you're not sending emails before 8 a.m. and after 8 p.m. local time. This is very, very, very important. The rules are changing. And in United States, for example, certain states have different rules. Florida was one state, or one of the first states that introduced a different rule. So you need to make sure that if you're including these people in your audience from that state, you are following this rule. So definitely check out this article and get familiar with the laws in your country. For if you're doing SMS marketing, if this is in the United States, then yes, there will be few states that might have different rules, but overall, try to send SMS early, not too early in the morning, not too late in the evening, and you should be fine. And especially if in the United States you have 3 time zones, so if you're not sending too late on the East Coast, you are going to basically be on a safe side. Now let's talk about email though. What happens if someone received a campaign from you? Maybe they open it, maybe they randomly just clicked it and exit right away, and then they go to your store, they look around, maybe from that email, maybe they found you on Instagram that day. They will add that product to cart, they'll go to the checkout, boom, they get distracted and they leave. Are you okay with sending them an abandoned checkout email, reminding them, hey, you forgot something in cart? These are the things that you definitely have to consider when it comes to smart sending. In my opinion, pre-purchase email flows such as abandoned checkout, abandoned cart, maybe even browse abandonment. For these flows, I wouldn't really set up smart sending, at least for the first email, because those are the things that happen all the time. People forget about their shopping online. Maybe they added products to cart, they wanted to add more and they had to find out something. Just think about how you behave when you shop online. And most likely, if you ask 2-3 people around you, their behavior might be slightly different, but this will give you a good understanding of how people shop online. I do it all the time. My Amazon cart is always packed with some products. Sometimes I want to add more to it. Sometimes I'm not sure if I want that particular product. I sleep on it. And the reminders are very important. So that's the first thing. But what I really want to show you now is how you can actually map out the customer journey. There's various ways you can do it and go about it to find out how much emails are you sending, or how many emails your subscribers are receiving for the first, for example, 30 days. I would focus on probably 30 days in the beginning, but later on take it on to 365 days to map out the journey, find out where are we missing out, where could we communicate a little bit more, where are we overwhelming your customers. And of course, you need to take flows, automated sequences into consideration, and your ongoing campaigns. So for example, you can create a sheet like this that breaks down the exact communication from day 0. So from the time someone places an order for the first maybe 25 days and then beyond, of course, until you have 365 days map out. So in the beginning, you have order confirmation email coming from Shopify. You might have some order confirmation emails going from Klaviyo as well, more information on the order. So that all happens. Maybe you can even add hours here during the first time. You most likely will have a welcome email for new subscribers. So if they subscribe during the purchase or maybe right before the purchase, they will enter the welcome flow. Now, most likely they will, as soon as they buy from the first welcome email, they will not receive the consecutive emails because most brands set up a filter. So if someone places an order from the welcome email, they will not receive communication after that. But the first email is most likely that someone will receive. Now we have, again, order confirmation, customer thank you flow. So it might be the first time buyer, second time buyer, they'll receive an email, a thank you email, maybe thank you from the founder. And that happens either immediately during the first 30 minutes after someone places an order, maybe an hour later, maybe a day later. I'll leave it up to you. We don't have to talk about it, but this is definitely an email that someone should receive, especially if they're buying for the first time. Then you have a bunch of emails, transactional emails that happen depending on how fast you're fulfilling the order. Some brands take up to 8 days. So if someone places an order and receives the product day 8, then this is the great opportunity for you to stay top of mind. Make sure the customers are aware that the product is being prepared for shipment, it's shipped, it's out for delivery, being delivered, and you also let them know how to make the best use of the product. So if you have skincare, show them some guidelines how to use the product. If you have something else that needs a little bit more detailed information or how-tos, make sure that you implement that or you add this to your email communication. So we have some transaction emails here. In this case, this is an Australian brand, so you have some Australian tracking emails going out. Welcome emails. These emails go out. You can set up different times for emails if you want to. If you want them to be sent out in the morning, you can. But again, if someone places an order, they will not receive these emails. But for the sake of this exercise, you can include all of the emails and basically make sure that you know what's the potential, what's the maximum of emails that someone can receive. And on top of that, we didn't include here the campaigns. So you can include campaigns. You can also set up filters that if you send a campaign every Wednesday and every Friday or every Monday, every Friday, you will not be sending flow emails during these days. You will skip these days. So you can set this up as well. We have day 14. So we assume someone already received the product. You can sell different products, cross-sell, maybe cross-sell item 2. You can send multiple cross-sell emails here. Now, nurture purchase, and so on. You can add, obviously, the first 30 days are probably going to be packed with emails. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Just seeing the same sender's name in my inbox makes me really, not angry, but makes me feeling overwhelmed. Like I don't want to read another long ass email with whatever you're trying to sell me there, right? And so this exercise is really, really important because you will see from your customer's perspective what is happening in their inboxes, right? And if you add SMS to it and email to it, it can become overwhelming. So also consider what is the average time between orders. So if someone ordered a product, when should they place a next order? This is also very important. If you have a product that is recurring, again, skincare, maybe pet snacks, something that your customers can buy or should buy every 30 days, or it's normal for them to buy, replenish it every 3 days, this will definitely have a different customer journey than a product that like clothing or apparel where people maybe buy every 6 months, maybe once a year for special occasions, right? So this is something you should include here. Of course, we have win back, maybe 75 days, maybe 90 days later. So if someone has placed an order once, never came back, you should definitely stay top of mind after that time. So see when is the big drop between first-time buyers and second-time buyers. When are they basically ordering again on average? You can pull all of these data from Klaviyo, but overall, most likely you will be fine with testing it maybe 60 days and 90 days. In some cases, maybe 100+ days. But again, this depends on the products you are offering. So we have win-back flows, we have purchase anniversary, year 1, and of course, in your case, you can add during this time whatever communication you're sending out how many emails you have. And again, here is something that we should add. How can you improve that? Well, you can add to it your abandoned checkout emails or abandoned cart emails or browse abandonment and site abandonment. Now, these are the things that you can't put day one, day two, of course, because they happen as someone is entering the store. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is the reason why I wouldn't put smart sending on, especially abandoned cart and abandoned checkout emails, because they are not easy to predict. Some people will shop maybe once a month on your store, maybe twice a month. You can't really predict that. You don't know. So you can maybe add it to it somewhere on the side to the sheet, so you make sure that you stay aware of that. But these emails that we cover in like welcome flow, cross sells, thank you flows, win backs, these are the flows that you can definitely be smart about and set up filters in a more strategic way, because we can tell when that happens, right? So that's why in this case, you can make sure that you stay consistent with your campaigns. If you're sending campaigns on 2 or 3 days of the week, set up the flows so they will be reaching these customers on different days. And that's what you should be doing. And that's how you can optimize your customer journey, be 100% sure what's happening, when are we sending too many emails, when is it time, for example, between the win back and the purchase anniversary. I guarantee you most of the brands have almost nothing going on there during that time, and maybe they just have campaigns going on. You can start segment the list and find out how you can reach out to these customers and stay top of mind, or you can turn it into maybe a flow, or add to your win back flow that if someone didn't go through this flow, send them a direct mail campaign using tools like Postpilot, send them a mailer, send them a catalog, which is pretty much a catalog for Shopify brands that you can send to these people. Maybe try SMS or send them an email 60 days after the first win back email. Try to find out how to stay top of mind. Of course, you will see now that, hey, during this time, we're not sending any communications. We just hope that they will receive our campaigns. We're not personalizing here. We're just sending basically our weekly campaigns. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. And I highly encourage you to check out our main video on the channel where I break down the exact steps we took to take a Shopify store from 37,000 to 254,000 in under a year, whereas most of the revenue came from email and SMS. We cover the exact steps of how we structure our abandoned cart recovery, how we structure our pre-purchase, post-purchase email flows, how we set up campaigns, how we optimize average order value and lifetime value for Shopify stores. So make sure to check that out, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.